Right now, we must sleaze. Celebrity Sleaze brought to you by Jim Ellis Automotive, where you can always expect the best. Go, Fram.
TMZ, again, Barnes, breaking something. I don't know if you saw this over the weekend, but for the Alec Baldwin update, there are new outtakes showing Alec Baldwin on the set of Rust warning Helena Hutchins, I don't want to shoot towards you.
Ugh.
Yes, telling the woman he accidentally shot and killed to get out of the way while he fired a prop gun, as seen in this new video.
TMZ's taking some heat, by the way, for getting a lot of this stuff so soon because they're paying off law enforcement. I think this is going to start coming back around to bite them. But for now, they are breaking like every story. This is a very chilling clip.
Listen to this.
Here we go. Let's try it.
And everyone doesn't need to be right here, like in the path of the gun. Could you please move?
Just let it be over him a little bit so I can see it.
Is that what I'm pointing?
Is that a quarter load?
It's a quarter, yeah.
Thank you.
Now, wait a second. If I'm going to shoot right, you want to go on the other side of the camera? I don't want to shoot toward you.
Okay, right here.
Okay. I want to shoot close to you. Here we go.
Okay. Here we go. Ready. And action.
Okay, it's obvious that he is running the show.
He's running the show. You hear a woman asking people to move away. It's unclear if it's the voice of Hutchins or the armorer, but these outtakes were obtained by NBC News. This is really, really chilling.
Man.
And I wonder how this is going to... Because remember, he was charged with involuntary manslaughter, but those charges were later dropped. So now the Santa Fe DA is considering refiling one or more charges against him.
And there was some other charge recently they were talking about also. This is long from being over.
Unbelievable. Have you been watching like all of the news and stuff surrounding that movie, Ferrari?
Yeah, I've been seeing Driver pop up a lot. And over the weekend with Formula One, man, that was just brutal. That Ferrari, the man, if you didn't see it, this manhole cover flew up underneath a Ferrari in Vegas and did like $2 million in damage to this Ferrari. So not a great ad for them right now.
Well, they did this Q&A. Adam Driver was there. He had little patience for one person who said, quote, "What do you think about the crash scenes? They look pretty harsh, drastic, and I must say, clearly cheesy for me." This is from an audience member. What do you think? Adam Driver got a little terse.
What do you think about crash scenes? That they looked pretty harsh, drastic, and I must say, cheesy for me. What do you think about them?
Fuck you, I don't know.
Yikes.
Adam Driver just went up 50 notches in my book. Screw that dude. Don't be a jerk.
I mean, why would the guy say cheesy for me? He had to get that in there?
Yeah, it's all about him. Like the whole thing, it's all about him.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the movie. Kevin Turin, who is a producer of Euphoria on HBO, this is a bizarre story, Barnes, died following a medical emergency, driving his 10-year-old son home from a tennis tournament over the weekend. Apparently, he was driving a Tesla with the autopilot driver assistance feature turned on when the emergency occurred. So what they're saying is that the situation likely wasn't a result of him placing too much trust on the autopilot of Tesla or falling asleep at the wheel. Going by the latest report, he died as a result of some unknown medical condition. Wow, his son took over control of the car, pulling over, and then called 911. Have you seen this story?
Yeah, and some could argue that the autopilot was actually a good thing in this case, because if you don't react to the steering wheel, it will pull over to the side. But I'm glad the son did that, but what a horrible story.
Yeah, Turin's father, Edward Turin, told TMZ that drugs and alcohol were not involved, so now there's an official cause of death as yet to be announced. We'll have more on that soon.
Yeah, super sad. Tesla taking a beating, and Elon taking a beating with his mouth, of course, and his fingers Xing all the time, getting himself in trouble.
Tragic story over the news. Dana Carvey's eldest son, Dex, died after an accidental overdose. Only 32 years old. The family confirmed the initial reports of his death in a statement on social media. They said, quote, "Last night we suffered a terrible tragedy. Our beloved son, Dex, died of an accidental drug overdose He was 32 years old. Dex packed a lot into those 32 years. He was extremely talented at so many things: music, art, filmmaking, comedy, and pursued all of them passionately. They did add at the very end, Barnes, to anyone struggling with addiction or who loves someone struggling with addiction, you are in our hearts and prayers.
Hey, here's an idea. How about some good news? Do you have any good stories?
Well, I was going to say, I don't know if you watched SNL over the weekend, but Colin Jost is Jost, isn't it? Colin Jost. Yeah. He held up a sign. I don't know if you saw. He held up a sign at the end. We love you, Dana and Paula.
It's awful, man.
All part of the family, right? Unbelievably and just so sad. Yeah, you want some good news from over the weekend?
Please.
Okay, I have some audio to play for you. Okay? It's a little duet. I want you to tell me who's singing here. Barnes, who do you think is singing?
My guess would be someone who doesn't sing.
Because that's that famous Pogues song from 1987, Fairy Tale of New York. How about Fairy Tale of Philadelphia? Yes, the Kelce Brothers, Jason and Travis Kelce.
That makes sense now, because the tune was not carried like he would carry a football.
Pretty unbelievable that it went to number 1 on iTunes.
These guys are freaking everywhere.
You know, their podcast is doing well, co-starring in an Amazon Prime documentary.
Well, this is because of Taylor. I mean, the podcast is number 1 because these Taylor people just want to hear the boyfriend.
Kind of true. I do like them together, though, the brothers. Their podcast, you know, they show video of it. I like them together. They're cute.
Do yourself a favor. Go watch Catching Kelce, which is on Peacock. From
years ago, right?
Well, he didn't want it to go out. And Peacock's like, yeah, not so much. It is out. And you can see all the episodes where he dates a different girl from each state. Man, it is like, no wonder he doesn't want it out. It is super cringe in a good way.
Can we use the word cheesy again?
Oh, it's super cheese. And he is super cheese. And I think he's looking back, because it was, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, whatever. But it's funny. You can see it on Peacock.
I told you that we met him in Austin. Super nice guy.
Man, he is everywhere.
Speaking of Taylor, she's speaking out after a tragedy took place at the latest Eras tour. Did you see this? She wrote a handwritten note on Instagram Friday. Yeah, she was shattered by the death of a fan ahead of her concert in Rio. No word on what happened, but I guess the girl wasn't feeling well. First responders took her to the hospital. She died.
It was super hot, I believe, there, and so I'm thinking that had something to do with it.
I know how much she loves her fans, so I'm sure she is devastated. Yeah. I have another little piece of audio I want to play for you, okay? This is Slash featuring an artist who is no longer with us. I want you to tell me.
Is it a demo?
Previously unreleased. Yeah, it's a demo. Previously unreleased of Slash and this artist. I want to play this for you and tell me who you think it is.
The reason I asked is I was wondering if it was like some AI thing, like he was bringing someone back.
Oh, no.
Okay, this is something he did prior.
Yeah, the song is called Crazy. Sound pretty familiar, right?
I mean, it sounds like Weiland, but I don't know who it is.
It's Chester Bennington.
Oh!
Yeah, lead vocals. We got that from last week's Appetite for Distortion podcast.
Wow. That
Isn't
sounds
that incredible?
Good.
It kind of has a sound of what maybe Slash could have continued with Velvet Revolver with Scott Weiland.
Wow.
Yeah, Chester.
Nice nugget.
Unbelievable. Well, this is kind of historic. I don't know if you've heard this or not. David Letterman will be on The Late Show with Colbert tonight. It'll be his first time on The Late Show since he stepped down as host in 2015.
That's a must-see. I mean,
unbelievable.
I love his show on Netflix where he interviews people.
Yeah, I do too.
He's think
great.
It's so good. He's such a good interviewer and majorly missed on late night.
Can't wait to see what he looks like too. That's your Celebrity Sleaze.